Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Leia and this is Budget with Leia. Today we're going to be doing our second cash unstuffing for the month of August. So I only had 2 transactions and no, I didn't really buy anything really, like eating out, spending, things like that. So obviously I still spent money, but not out of my regular cash envelopes. So you'll see that in just a moment. Let's go to August. Okay, so my second week in August starts on the 8th and goes all the way through the 14th. Okay, so on the 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th was a no spend day. Okay, so I didn't do anything. I mean, obviously I worked and stuff, but I didn't really do anything to go out to eat, to order anything online, nothing. I felt really good about that. I think it's because I felt like the days were just going by so quickly and there was so much stuff to do around the house, and taking care of my nephew. Obviously I'm focused on him and not focused on other stuff or things that maybe I saw online or on Amazon or things like that. So yeah, which was actually really nice. Now on the 12th, I had 2 expenses. So 3 expenses, I guess. So one of them is rent. So I paid my rent, and then I also paid my share for the cost of repairing the AC. So originally, what we ended up finding out was for our AC, part of the, I don't know what it's called, but it was pretty much the area that is inside the AC unit was dirty and it needed to be cleaned. And aside from that, it needed a new motor. So the motor of the AC died. So even though we turned it on, it wouldn't do anything because the motor was dead. So that is what was happening with it. So when the people came in to assess the situation and figure out how much it would cost us, they said, hey, to clean it out is going to be $1,200, and then the motor, it'd be another like $1,000, right? And they said it all depends on whether insurance is going to cover it, insurance not going to cover it, things like that. So we waited. So my brother was the person who was in contact with the AC people, because my mom pretty much speaks Spanish, so it's hard for her to communicate with that kind of stuff. So my brother was doing it for her. We were waiting and waiting, and obviously it's still hot inside. It's like 100+ degrees inside. We ended up buying those window AC units. My boyfriend bought one, my brother bought one, and we had it running, one upstairs, actually 2 upstairs. That way we could at least kind of sort of sleep upstairs and not be uncomfortable downstairs on like a couch and stuff. But in the meantime, it was about 2 weeks of no proper AC. So they said it's gonna be about $2,400 in total, almost like $2,400 to $2,500. And we were like, oh, that's a lot of money. Even between 4 or 5 people, that's a lot of money. So the guy also suggested that it'd be better if we just replace the entire unit, and we'll see if the insurance covers it. And he said if the insurance does not cover it, it's gonna be 12 grand. And we were like, that's even way more money. Even way more money. And we're like, so my parents, my family doesn't have tons of money saved up, especially not 12 grand. So I mean, I'm usually the one who helps out with smaller bills here and there, but 12 grand, I knew it was not going to happen. So my brother is a mechanic and my other brother is an electrician. So they were told what was wrong with it. They came over, assessed what parts they needed, figure out what parts were needed, and then between both of them and my mom, they ended up cleaning the unit and replacing the motor themselves. And the cost of that was, I think, $600, $700 in total for the actual motor, because the only thing we really bought was a motor. That was it. The motor itself was the thing that was, I guess, the most expensive. So instead of us paying $2,500 altogether, we ended up paying about $600, $700 altogether, which obviously between, I think, 4 or 5 of us, ended up being not that much money. And that was a way better price. And the AC is fixed, everything's good to go, and And I'm so happy that my brothers, you know, are able to do that because they, you know, obviously that's their profession, right? So if they weren't in that profession, I don't know, we probably would have paid the 2.5 grand, um, you know, cost for them to fix it and things like that. But you know, it wasn't. It was actually pretty good. So from that, long story short, from that, my portion of the AC repair is 144. I only have 120 in my family envelope, which is what I was going to use to pay for any AC repair costs. So I need to figure out where the other 24 is going to come out of. And then on the same day, we saw that there's a desk chair. So my chair for my desk is really old. I hate it. I just haven't really decided to figure out what, you know, what I wanted to buy a new one. But another opportunity came along, and I was able to get a desk chair for $60. And it's not just any desk chair. It's one of those like gaming desk chairs. So they're usually about $150 to $200 depending on the brand and etc. So for $60 I got a desk chair. So yeah, and both of these transactions came out of my Zelle because I paid someone. I just sent money through Zelle. So they're not credit card transactions, debit card, things like that. It's all Zelle. And that's it for the 12th. The 13th and the 14th was no spends again, which amazing. I'm really happy about that. I've spent so much money last month in July because of the move that I'm trying really hard to, you know, go back to my regular spending. And you know, I don't need that much. As long as we have food and we pay our bills, you know, that's all. I mean, for me, that's what I usually need. So in total for week 2, I had 6 no spend days, and in total for the month so far, I have 13. Now my goal is always 20 every single month, so I'm just 7 days away from that, and I still have about 2 more weeks of the month left. So I think I should be able to hit that no problem. So let's go to the transaction log and see what we got. So this is my spending tracker, and this is right here is week 2, which is just the 2 transactions, 144 for the AC and then $60 for the chair. And I put that both of them are Zelle payments. And then this is where I'm going to be getting the money. So for my family and occasions envelope, and then big purchases. And in total, that's $204. Obviously, I'm going to unstuff $204. That, you know, there's no cents and things like that. And total no spend days was 6. So for my week 1 and week 2 summary for the month of August, I spent a total of $352.41 with 13 no spend days. So in 2 weeks, this is how much I spent. From my cash envelopes and any sinking funds that I had, this is the total. So let's get all this money taken out of the envelopes. Okay, let's do big purchases first. Let's see. So this one. Okay, so it's gonna come out of my big purchases, and I have 110. I'm taking out 60. So I'm gonna be left with $50. So 20, 40, and then 50, 55, and 60. There we go. That's what I meant to do. 20, 40, 50, 55, and 60. And then I'm left with 50, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, and 50. And I know I already marked a bunch of these out, but until I reach 110 again, I probably won't be marking them on or off, since I'll probably reach that once again. Okay, so next up is family and occasions. So it's in this little term. So let's see. Insurance, Christmas. Okay, family. So family, I need to take out all this money, which is 120. Now I'm going to be left with 0. So 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100, 5, 10, 15, and 20. So all this money is going to go back to the bank. And we're back down to 0. So I don't think there's anything else that needs to be fixed in this house. It's just the AC that just kind of went kaput. Okay, so I need $24 from occasions to cover the 144. So 20, 21, 2, 3, and 4. I need $24. And I'm left with 20, 30, 35, 40, and 41. It's still enough for whatever I may need. 20, 21, 2, 3, and 4. Perfect. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now this money should be 204. So 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 30, 40, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 200. 200, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Perfect. There we go. So $204 is going to go back to my account and then replenish my buffer. So these come out of my buffer until I have time to replace it with whatever funds I have in my sinking funds. I usually have a $500 buffer just in case a bill gets pulled out a day early, or I need to send some money to my family, and you know, it is easier to sell them than give them cash for whatever the case may be. I have money in there. Okay, so I forgot to do my unstuffing properly. So in my wallet, I still have some money in here that is left over, and I need to figure out how much is going to be rolled over into my rollover binder. So let's have a look here. This is my rollover binder, and any money that I don't use in my regular cash envelopes, I put it in here. So for my groceries, I have $20, $25, and $30. So $30 is going to be rolled over. There you go. So $30. Need to make sure that I write this in. So 20, 25, 30, 35, 36, 37, and $38. Perfect. And this is money I use if I need to get any extra stuff for groceries, and I went over my regular budget of $50. Okay, so gas has nothing, and I have $104 in there. Spending, I have $5, $10, $15, $20, $21, and $22. Okay, perfect. That's a good amount. All right. Oh. So 22. So plus 22 should be 2,341. All right. So let's make sure this is $41. So 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, and 41. Perfect. So $41 left in my spending envelope. There we go. Eating out, I don't think I have any money left over. And miscellaneous, I have no money left over, but I have 3 left in my rollover. There we go. Now we properly unstuffed my cash wallet, and it's ready to stuff for next time. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll be seeing you guys next time. Bye.